The Biden and Trump campaigns have done just about all the persuading they can do. Still,
hey YouTube, welcome to this edition of, is it the 2020 presidential election here in America? Donkeys are elephants. The Crips or the Bloods, red or blue. Who you voting for? Are you voting? Do you vote? Why you vote? Are you carrying on the tradition of your ancestors? And remember, everybody in America aren't of the same lineage, okay? So what's going on, guys? Let's listen to a little bit of this and whatever, okay? Hopefully you guys can see it's clear enough.
Our YouTube channel and online at NBC News Now.
Yeah, that should be good.
Let's start in Ohio, where new numbers show record-breaking voter turnout in some critical parts of the state.
Shout out to the one person. Please subscribe. Trying to get to 1K. I have my watch hours. It's nice to meet you. I did a video on my stance on voting. I'm just here to let you people express yourself, why you vote, give you some coverage of the election, and hopefully, you know, build a rapport over politics and religion, which a lot of people don't like to talk about because it leads to war. Well, I'm here to tell you, politics and religion, the first word in my name, but I hate religion, is the reason why we're so oppressed and at war with other races and ourselves because of politics and religion and what we've been taught about it. So let's learn something today. Let's communicate. Let's be at peace, first of all.
Their voice is heard until 7:30 tonight.
I know that's hard for some of us to do because of the way politics have treated people in America.
Easy for us to visualize in a line, have already cast their ballots.
Thank you, Holy Spirit.
Like the rest of America,
this is so passionate to me, guys.
Tonight, tomorrow, however long it'll
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let you watch hear some of the coverage.
It does not change how important Ohio has been.
If the people in America
there's a saying
repent,
in politics,
turn from their wicked ways,
so goes the nation. And what that means is that Ohio has
humble
a really
themselves,
spectacular track record of
seek
choosing
God,
a person who will ultimately
pray,
win in the total electoral vote.
Then his word says he may hear from heaven and heal your land. If you want your land healed, you have to separate and separate yourself from what's keeping you from that relationship with God. What was taken from some of our ancestors. That's why we're here. And when they rounded up people for slavery, they rounded up Hamites, Shemites, Muslims, white people. They rounded us all up just to make sure they was trying to get the masses of us, right? There was people with the same skin color that was not a Shemite that ended up over here as well. It's all confused now. I mean, that's not what we got to really focus on. We got to focus on how do we repair ourselves? Because if you're waiting for the enemy in politics and everybody else, good Lord, to fix you and heal you, it's never going to happen, people, frankly. So, my channel has always been about bridging church and state, because as long as politics can keep the church out of it, they don't obey the God. And as long as they don't obey the God, they can make laws in the land and break them. Who they going to answer to? Who going to check them, boo? You sure ain't, because you don't like Joe Biden and you don't like Trump, but you're running out there to vote. And my challenge is post your sticker that say you vote. I told you I don't vote for spiritual reasons. 1 Samuel 12 and 25, the very last verse in the chapter 12, 1 Samuel, I don't vote. God told me if I keep selecting Saul, and Saul don't do right by him 2,000 years later, he said, I'm going to consume you. I don't want to be consumed because of politics. Because of people who don't care about my God enough for me to serve my God, they had to change him to this entity of a Jesus, a deity of a white man.
Well, certainly Trump
But they'll
sources
tell
I've
you
spoken to
God
today
is no
are
color.
very confident
He's a
about
spirit.
Ohio.
So why push white Jesus in my face? Let me make that decision on my own. So we gotta bridge the church and state. We gotta stop letting these people say God don't matter in the public sector. I have a report on my phone where about 50 years ago, I was reading 1962, they took God out of schools. I thought it was just recently. I'm a half a century. I was damn near 3 years old when that happened. A half a century plus 3 years. I'm a certain woman. I'm a woman of a certain age, y'all. Okay. And I'm 53 to be exact. You gotta be specific nowadays and precise, right? You don't want nobody to make no confusion about how old you really are, whether you look it or not. Because I say, old hands, young face runs in the black community. Black women, white women, period. But there's some old looking hands with young faces. You can know our age by our hand, or you won't know it by our face. I don't know. Anyway, I'm here. I created this channel to actually just like bridge that gap. There's wickedness seated in high places. Voila! They call themselves donkeys and elephants. Yeah, there was an ass in the Bible, Numbers 22, chapter 22. She opened up her mouth and spoke after her master whooped her 3 times while she was trying to save him from being killed by the angel of the Lord, standing there with a sword, y'all. Go read it yourself. His name was Balaam, false prophet of God, hooking up with Balak so he can hurt the people of God. You don't think Trump and Biden is hooking up with one another how it appears in the public behind the scenes? You know they hooking up with one another. Psalms 83 says that. But this ass opened up her mouth and spoke. Why you hitting me? Why you abusing me? I'm trying to save you from being killed by white politics. And every time I see white politics, white supremacy coming, and I get on my channel and talk to y'all, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to look. There's an angel of the Lord standing there to kill you if you go hurt God's people. What does American politics do?
Do you see anything as a native Clevelander, just
please subscribe to my channel.
Area shifts over time that gives us a sense of which way the wind might be blowing politically.
Not many people in the world like me.
This presidential race.
Not many channels like mine. They don't like to talk about politics because we get passionate. But if you don't believe politics and your ancestors may have fought for this, not realizing almost 500 years later it's going to hurt them, they're raising 53. We're going to hear $53 million, $43 million, $100 million here to be president when you can't even earn a minimum wage. And they're fighting to hold whatever money is not your money, but if they promised you a stimulus, promised you unemployment, they're playing politics right now. Why don't you play the same game with your vote? You don't want to give me money after you gave me COVID, my community COVID. You don't want to give me money. You want me to go out and vote for you and then decide if I should be made whole since the days of slavery? Now, made whole since March 13, 2020, when you released the COVID to our communities. What? But y'all out there raising millions of dollars to be president. Who does that? I'll talk about it, but I will never debate the law of God when it comes to it. See, the law of God is the law of God, whether you're in politics, in church, or wherever you're at. There's no changing when it comes to the word of God. I can't allow Saul and people like Saul to continue to give my people false hope. I can't let you hate racism on one level on YouTube, but then you love it. You know damn well you don't love these people, would never break bread with these people or let them in your house. But but you gotta show your patriotism.
Vice President
Gotta go
Joe Biden
vote.
is making his way
Post
to
your sticker that you vote. I told you I don't vote for personal reasons. I saw one person on YouTube in this particular certain sector, the beef and drama. I believe his name, it is D-Spot. The official D-Spot. Please go check him out.
As we mentioned with Kelly,
He posted a picture
NBC political reporter Ali Vitale is in
of him
covering the Biden campaign. And
bear with me, guys.
Ali, the Biden camp has said under no scenario will
he
Trump
posted a
declare
picture of
victor
him
on election night. No scenario.
with his sticker.
Them's big fighting words, I think, if you're up against
He
someone
represented.
who has already proven that he is politically formidable.
Bear with me,
So
guys. I gotta
as
get
their
there.
path
Bear
to
with
victory
me.
that makes them that confident.
I'm trying to get to my gallery. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Understand that they're giving out statements like that because
All right,
of
here
the
we go.
reporting that we've seen coming out of the Trump
This man
campaign
told y'all
itself,
to
which
go
is the
vote.
reporting that he might
To the
just
one
early in
person
the night
watching,
see some statements
walking
that
like
they
you
were
talking.
him and say,
If
"Hey,
it's
we
in
won,
your
we
culture and
followed."
heritage and
The Biden
ancestry
campaign
to
really trying
vote,
push back on that
by all
idea,
means,
because
vote.
based on the way that they think results are going to come in from key
If
states,
it's
based
in
on
my
the timing
belief
of
and
poll
customs
closures,
not to
the
vote
ways that
according
they're
to the
factoring
Bible,
in
like I'm
certain
trying to
states,
teach the
cities, for
Christians of
example,
today,
that might be more
aka
democratic
formerly
leaning,
known
have
as the
all of
children
these
of
new
Israel,
variables to count. The Biden
it was
campaign
not
knows
your
that those are
custom
all of the barriers
to
that
keep
push back
electing
their
these
vote totals.
kings over
Now, maybe a
you.
little bit later in
Because
some of
these
these key
kings
states,
tell you to do
they're
away with your
laying out a
God,
mile marker now, saying that they don't really see a way based on what
continually
they know
dividing
how to
you
vote
from the
direct.
one.
I mean, what they think they're going to see on
Oh
election
shit, I
day.
forgot
They
I
say
got
they
the
don't see a
window
scenario
open.
where Trump
I'm
could
sorry.
credibly say
From the
he won
one
the
thing, I'm
election
glad I took
on
my
election
plane
day.
out the window.
That
It would
being
have
said,
fell.
another part of his strategy is
From
they've
that's
got
how
a
the
lot
wind
of
been here in New York, yo. There's a vortex that opened up this past Halloween. These demons mad as hell out here. I never fear like that, and I almost said to myself when I put the screen up for the window to let some air come in to keep me cool by this hot screen TV and the lights or whatever, I said, I wonder if it's gonna blow over everything. I had a candle holder in my plant in this window, same as that window over there. This one happened to blow. That's how much wind and force we getting. It was wicked, yo. On October 7th, I showed a video around the corner from my house. That tree had to be 1,000 pounds with a root the root was damn near not a whole city block, but at least 20-30 feet wide, but it was not connected in the ground. There was no roots. Like there's not a lot of roots in America for the spirituality of God. And the tree, the wind took the tree, the ground, the road, and damn near everything else, a house down. I got it on footage. It's in my last video prior to this one. And that video is called "Neither One of These Characters is Worthy of My Vote." On the school level, on the hold on, I found the picture. D-Spot, I'm not doing anything. I sub to your channel, but you got a lot of people hollering, "Go vote, go, go, vote, go, vote, vote, go, vote, go." Where's your proof you voted, first of all? Walk it like you talk it. I don't vote, and I'm sitting here telling you why you should not vote. But I'm not pushing it on you. You don't have to hate me because of what I say. I don't hate you because you go vote. That's maturity. But if you out here telling people you voting, you better let that sticker on his shirt show up to say so. Where is it at?
Democratic senator. He's in.
Call your own bluff today. You telling people to go vote. Tell them why. Not just because my ancestors died and vote. Oh, baby.
Not only for the Biden-Harris ticket, but also for the peers.
Your ancestors also got 282 chapters of the damn Bible. Does that make them spiritual? Does that make them know everything in God? Does that make them wise in these last days? Shout out to the Women of Wisdom panel.
Tonight, I assume we can expect to hear from Joe Biden this evening.
that the Lord, and I told you, the best society, it's all in my spirit, y'all, to just keep being a creator, okay? Because I come from creation.
The campaign earlier today,
and you
said
do
that
as
we
well.
expect to hear from him, but in terms of if he'll come out and declare victory,
Women
himself,
of
or
Wisdom,
even
this
what metrics
Wednesday, I'm
will
going to
be
start
what
my
state
stuff,
station
okay?
will be called at a certain
If I
time
drop
that
the
will
link and
have
you're a
Biden
woman
come
of
out and say,
wisdom in
"I've
these
won the
last days,
election."
want to come
That
over?
remains
Wisdom
unclear at this
is
point. Of
has
course,
no
they have to be
age.
careful, right? Because they
The
have
Bible
spent
said
a lot
he
of
who wins
time
souls
trying
is
to put a lot of
wise.
credibility back into the system.
It didn't say
You
he
know,
who
vote
is
counting could
of
take
a
a while.
certain
That is
age,
all
like
very
53
central to the
like
Biden
me, or
campaign
women of
message.
particular
So certainly
ages,
they're
or
not
men of
rushing out
particular
the gates
ages.
here on
No,
these
no, no,
calls
no,
and
no.
conversations that we're having with
Mm-mm.
them to say that they're going
A
to be
child could be wise if you train it in the way it should grow. If you train it in God's word, if you train it unlike the church trained you, you have a possibility of your sons and daughters seeing dreams and visions again. You feel me?
Trying to get one last ditch effort to ramp up the vote there, but at the same time,
I could stand in my shit. I could back up anything I say on this channel. I don't play about it. I am about it. Been living this. I'm damn near over a half a century years old. That's 2/4 of a century. That's 50 plus 3 years.
COVID-19
I know
cases
some
have been
things.
on the rise for the past few weeks.
I tell people
Almost
my teachings may not be for
100,000
you,
confirmed cases per day.
but they
here in
kept
the
me
US. The pandemic doesn't
on the
stop
straight
just
and
because it's
narrow.
election day, if only.
They kept me
How is coronavirus
out the
affecting
bed
way
with
we're
the
voting
devil.
today? Joining us now is NBC News medical
They kept
contributor
me
Dr. Kavita Patel. Dr.
in my
Patel, what is your
sanity,
sense
my
of how
right
well
mind,
we are
and my
keeping
health.
people safe
Although we
at the
struggle, I am
polls
healed
today?
by
You
his
actually
stripes.
volunteered as a poll worker this
So if
year,
you've
right?
been following my medical
I did,
profile,
Joshua, and it
I've been
wasn't
telling
to
you,
try to make sure it was safe.
haven't
It was
held
really
it from you
because,
or lied to
people
you.
like my parents
Even
and
down to
in-laws
October
who are
breast
in that vulnerable
cancer
category
awareness month.
declined and
I
had
showed you a
their
mammogram
protection
that
not
was
to work.
negative.
So I think it was
No
many
abnormal
of us
findings.
who
What
answered
did
the
you
call. But
show
what I can
me?
tell you is
How do
that
I know
American
you're healthy and
polls
you're
and
healing if
voting
you don't
locations
reveal
are
it back to
incredibly
me?
safe. And I used to say
I didn't just get on here to tell my testimony, but for you to tell yours as well. What is your testimony? Why are you voting? Who told you to vote? Where is the law that says it's mandatory for you to vote?
You just be reassured.
Now, if it's your country, if it's what you want to do it. You should be able to explain it without yelling and screaming and beefing about it.
And perhaps the most
Be angry, but sin not. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath because of politics. When it's politics that got you angry and your disobedience. See, we can't blame everything on these people. Your disobedience is why these people are ruling over you. That's biblical. If you disobey God and serve other gods, I'm going to put your enemy over you. Who want their enemy today? Who want their enemy not to be over them anymore? Who wants oppression to go away? Who want white supremacy politics to no longer rule you?
Yeah, I'm certainly concerned as
I heard earlier. Who wants that? If you want that, repent and turn from your wicked ways. If you do it, you tell somebody else to do it, not tell, but you explain how you did it if they want to know, because eventually they're going to see the glow in you. They're going to want what you got.
Or even if you have to take public,
they're gonna want what you got, okay? And even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, even though you're in the lion's den, even though you're in the furnace hotter 7 times than what it normally is because of Nebuchadnezzar's,
kind of sanitize or wash your hands can also make an important difference.
the fourth man gonna show up.
And you just covered it with Kelly.
That smoke ain't gonna scorch you.
If you're in some of these swing states,
you won't even smell like smoke being through everything they tried to burn you with.
Make sure that
God will begin to give you beauty for your ashes. But why do you continue to follow white supremacy when you know you don't like these people? First of all, you know your damn ancestors. Well, some of ours didn't, because our ancestors didn't like pharaohs.
We've heard a lot from a number of experts, including Dr. Anthony
from the
Fauci,
days
that
of
this winter
Egypt.
Is looking
And the majority of our ancestors was trying to be on the straight and narrow until Titus and Tiberius came along.
And partly because, frankly, people just aren't
until they seized Jerusalem in 70 AD. Then we scattered, and once we scattered, there was all kind of slavery going on in those days. People capturing people just because.
Yeah, unfortunately, and
we got
my
scattered
outlook for
to
being
and
able to
fro.
vote safely today. My outlook for December,
And
is
some
a
of
little
us
more gray.
forgot
And here's why.
our
Everything you
truth.
mentioned, Joshua, on top of the fact that we are
And the
straining
only
the
truth we
resources
know
of
is what
healthcare
Master
all around
told
the
us,
country, unlike
or
the
told our
previous two peaks that we
ancestors
saw
here in
the
America.
country, where regions were affected. But you
You're
had
nothing,
largely
you're
entire
nobody,
states
you're
that
not
had very low
included.
numbers of cases.
And that's why
entire
some of
map
our
of the United
ancestors
States
went out
is
and died
affected
to
by
fight to
COVID
be
today.
included in
So I
something
expect that we will
that don't
continue to
even
see
include
not
you.
just 100,000
You don't
new
see
cases
black
again.
men able
Joshua,
to
we
raise
should in December,
$53
because
million
of
damn
holiday
dollars to go
gatherings
out there
and
and
the
vote.
impact
And the
that
only one that
had,
did was
expected to
Obama
provide
because he had the backing of
150,000
David
cases a
Geffen.
day. We're running about 1.3 million
Michael
tests a
Jackson
day
called
in
him
the
the gay
United States.
mafia
And
leader
that
of the
means really also
Hollywoods,
tests are
okay?
maximum of how many
He
tests we
has
can run.
asylum
And at this point, we're
records.
talking
He
about,
has
you know,
like a
10
lot
to
of stuff in
15% of
Hollywood,
the
and he
tests coming back
orchestrated
positive
Obama
in
being
December.
president
So
because
I
he
worry
wanted
that
a
because
black
of the
man in the
holidays,
face of God
December
to
is going to be a
promote
really tough month. And I think
Proposition
that if anybody is trying to think about
Proposition 8,
plans for
Proposition 1,
Thanksgiving or
the
holidays
right to gay
thereafter, I
marriage and all of
strongly urge
that.
them to just reconsider in the interest of their own safety and
You
the safety of
had
their family
white
and friends.
This week we heard
Republicans
about an internal
who
memo
could have
from
did
Dr.
that
Deborah
long
Birx of the
before
Coronavirus Task Force,
Obama.
where
You
she
had white
contradicted the
Democrats
president,
who
basically, and
could have
called
did
for an
that long
all-out
before
response
Obama,
against COVID-19.
but they were white.
I'd love to
They
know
ain't
your thoughts on this,
co-signing that
particularly
shit,
in light of the
although
fact that
they
we're
taught you
still
how to
waiting
be
to
it.
hear about a
But they
vaccine.
wasn't
There are
putting
some
their
major
face
vaccine
on
trials
that.
that are running. Johnson &
Now they
Johnson,
call him the
Moderna,
gay black
AstraZeneca, and
president.
others. There
The
were also
Lord
some
said,
of the
be
vaccine
not
trials that
deceived,
were
for
halted
God is not
because of some
mocked.
adverse reactions. Not a lot of
But
them.
they
enough of
find a
them
way to
to
mock
stop
God,
what happened.
and they
And
use
what is
black
your
people to
sense
do
of
it.
both Dr.
Like right
Birx's
now, they mocking
remarks
God. They
and
know
where we
damn
stand
well
in
God
terms
said, if
of
you
a
choose
vaccine?
Saul, and Saul don't do right by me, I'm gonna destroy you and Saul. But they need the black people vote because you are the people the Lord was talking to. You are the descendants. So if you keep electing them, they keep ruling over you. Your kids don't get a good damn education. Your kids don't have enough teacher to student ratio. Your kids ain't even protected by God when they go to school. Because of this article right here, in 19 it's on this one. I get confused sometimes. Hold on, guys. It's here. I hope it's here. Hold on. In 19 okay.
saying the same thing a little
Oh,
bit
here
more
we go.
vocally, but again, unheeded by the president and some of the cabinet members and advisors.
50
And to
years
your point
later.
about the vaccine, I'm actually not troubled by the setbacks with the holds or the pauses or concerns. I think this is a sign that the Food and Drug Administration in the United States and other EU countries, et cetera, are doing their job. They're
See
making
that?
sure that the vaccine is safe. What that means is that it's unlikely.
This your government.
We've all been kind of told that
You
we might
so-called
see a vaccine
Christians
by
are
the end of
going
the year.
out there to vote for somebody who don't even want you to pray when you go out to eat. They don't even want your children to say, I don't know if you pledge allegiance to the flag of God in America. I don't know. Seems like they want you to worship the flag more than they want you to worship God. But you are the same people breaking your neck to go out here to vote for somebody that won't even let you have a public relationship with God and will allow every other race and every other God to come to America and erect their pillars and temples and everything else with no problem. But if you go to these same people America let in to their country in the name of Allah, Buddha, Hindu, anybody else that do Jesus, like the black Christians say in America, right? You get killed in the name of their God. Even in America, you get killed in the name of this alleged white Jesus.
Thank you, Doctor. That's NBC News Medical.
So why y'all let them do this to you? Then you run out there and you feel like you're obligated
Electoral college votes up for grabs.
to vote for these people.
10 million early ballots cast in that state
50
already.
years.
Orange County in Southern California, just south of LA, is the fifth
1963, I believe King died, right? I was born in
NBC Business
67, for those of you who want to know. I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm 53, okay? The civil rights.
is underway.
Oh, hell no. Ain't nobody gonna act civil in the public when God can't even sit down and break bread with them like the last damn supper. These are your people, though, that make these rules, Christian. Who are you gonna vote for today? God or white supremacy that keep making rules against you? Remember, your ancestors was here sharecropping the hell out of America. All of a sudden, Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle went to town, Yankee Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle. Who the fuck he went to town on? Way before Christopher Columbus ever sailed the ocean blue in 92, they was over here doing you. And your ancestors that escaped the Roman persecution, the Spanish Inquisition, and all that other stuff that was happening in the East trying to make us be Christians over there. We fled and we got here. All of a sudden, here come Yankee Doodle, the same bird that was supposed to be the American bird, which was the turkey, now becomes the bald eagle, which if you look on the monogram, the logo, the surname for America, it got a cowboy on this side with a whip. It got an Indian on this side with a bow and arrow, feathers in his hat. And it got the bald eagle straddling the two, showing you the connection of how the West was won.
What's remarkable about this operation, Joshua, is this is considered to be one of the gold standards of vote
excuse me,
processing
that's the
across
New York
country
police
because
badge.
it
I'm
was
getting it kind of
such a
confused.
significant
That was
amount
the
of
badge
time
I
and
showed you
money
with the
here.
5 stars of David. It had a damn Indian. Go back and watch my videos or Google the New York City Police Department. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm sure it's somewhere in the government too where that bald eagle is straddled.
That is fascinating to watch.
Matter of fact, go look on a $20 bill.
It rips the envelope open.
On that $20 bill, you see on the back of it, it looks like something like an eagle, but it's actually a bucket holding like a stick figure of a dark-skinned person, and it has wires coming in to the bucket, wires going out of the bucket, kind of remind you of that eagle. Then it have a noose around that stick figure's neck.
Kaplan and Dries.
Go vote all you want.
One thing that could cause
you talk about you hate white supremacy, but yet you breaking your neck to go vote for it. All you want. Nobody's mad at you, but tell me why.
Differently from what we just saw in Orange County.
Why? Why do you fight supremacy on one level, but then you go vote for it on another level? Why? When you know they ain't gonna give you no money for no schools, when you know they ain't gonna give you better housing, when you know,
sorry, the polls are closed, you can't get in.
And guess what? If they don't, you gave them everything they got. You could get it back. Stop worrying about what they took from you, how they treating you. Do you? Black people can't do that apart from white supremacy because that's all you know in America. That's all you know in America. And you got some Uncle Toms and Uncle Thomasines comfortable with their life, don't want to ruffle no feathers. If they do, it's against their other brothers and sisters of the same race, and they don't want to give the smoke or the work or the fire to the real people that need it. If you want to take down supremacy on a project level,
Board of Elections is about to hold an emergency hearing because in a few precincts,
why not go to the head?
There have been poll book malfunctions,
seated in high places,
malfunctions, and they're thinking they will.
Why not go to the people
on whether to extend
who don't want you, whether you on Section 8 or not, to be in the suburbs? Who's trying to gentrify every black hood that they can? And try to put you in these modern day plantations, FEMA camps, sections of low poverty living. Which one of them is going to make your life better tomorrow?
They're hand-marked paper ballots for in-person ballots.
The day they become the president, you should see change. The day King David was sought out by God
Tuesday. So expect to see more.
By Samuel, you go to Jesse's house and you pour this oil on the head, the people, the head I tell you to pour it on. Don't go elect nobody. Don't let nobody just rise up and say, oh, I'm the one God chose. Oh, hell no. When the Spirit of God leads a man to pour the oil on you, that's when you know you're the king God chose, okay?
So that the lines can be moved.
That's when you know you're the king God chose, okay?
That's NBC News election law analyst Matthew Sanderson. Matthew, thanks very much.
So who
Black
are you?
voters living in and around Atlanta are
you an elephant or are you a
possibly
donkey?
turning Georgia perennially a red state.
Are you red or blue? Are you Crip or are you blood?
From Atlanta, Blaine, talk about
That's
some of
a
the
big gang in the White House.
The polls today.
They initiate people every day, whether you know it or not. This is what they do.
Some during the day. But when we talk specifically about Black voters, you know, a wide range of issues, but two topics that I kept hearing come up again and again, and that's the pandemic and, of course, the protests around racial inequality in the country. Without fail, those are two things that people said, one, they're thinking about when they're voting, and two, are even driving them to come out to the polls. Now, speaking of turnout, I'm actually at this location here in Fulton County. You can see behind me, not a lot of lines. That's because people did exactly what officials have been urging them to do for months, and that's come out and vote early. You know, when I spoke with some of those Black voters about why they came out early,
bear with me, guys.
Because
I'm trying to pull up this article.
But they had sat through what happened during the June primary. They waited in places like this one for hours, waiting to cast their ballot. Some of them were even driven by
Let's
what
see if
happened
this
to
is
Stacey
it.
Abrams, her narrow loss for the gubernatorial race back in 2018. And they said they wanted to make sure that if there were any issues with lines, any issues with technology, there would be enough time to troubleshoot to make sure that their votes really cast. So two things that are really driving Black voters, and that's what Democrats are hoping when they look at the final
No,
count.
that's not the one.
What's our sense, Blaine, of whether or not we will have a final count?
I'm going to go to
either tonight or tomorrow
Wikipedia.
morning?
Here we go.
You know, I actually just got off the phone with a spokesperson from Georgia's Secretary of State's office.
I'm going to
and he
see if
tells
I
me
can
that
share
they
it,
are
okay?
optimistic that count will be wrapped up, will be tallied either by sometime late tonight or early tomorrow morning. And he pointed to what I just said, the fact that we've got early voting. So many people have already come out and cast their ballot, and so many of those were absentee ballots. So the counties were able to scan those in ahead of time, already get those done. So it kind of gives them a head start when it comes to tallying the numbers today. The other reason is that the lines have really been quite short, not just in Fulton County, but from what we understand across the state.
I thought we could move this.
So he says because things are going so smoothly today, and also, quite frankly, because so many people are watching Georgia as a potential battleground state today, they are expecting to get those results.
Can you guys see me? All right, there we go.
Tomorrow, Joshua.
Blaine, I can't help but remembering, I believe it was you who interviewed a woman who went with her young son and waited in line for like 7 hours to vote during early voting. It was, okay, so I'm remembering this correct. It was one of the most remarkable things I had seen because she was among those who said, we're just going to be here until we vote. We're here for the duration until we finally get in. What's the mood been like in and around Metro Atlanta over the last few days? Is that same kind of fervence about voting there, or has that kind of eased with people who've gotten to cast their ballots early?
All right, so
a little bit of both. That was absolutely what we did. You know, I'll actually walk you over here. It was an interview that we did just during June 9th, during that primary. I was standing right here in the rain. Both of us crashed in the rain together, talking to her as she sat to vote. And she said that she had been there for the better part of 4 hours. So not quite as bad as 7, but certainly bad enough when you're talking about holding an infant son. And
hold on one second,
y'all. She was not going to be deterred. And I'll tell you, Joshua, we actually caught up with her again. I went with her as she cast her early ballot. This time around, if you're looking at 4 hours during the June primary, this time it only took her about 27 minutes from start to finish.
Who are you voting for?
One of those many people who said, you know what, I saw what happened, I experienced it.
Oh, shoot, wait.
I'm going to vote early, and it clearly paid off.
How are you?
And based on what we're seeing today.
Just listening to the presidential coverage. What do you know about it? Why are you voting? Is it based on tradition? Is it based on what you know, your research? Do you feel these guys spiritually? Are they for your community or against your community? Do you know the levels of elections such as city, state, government, federal?
We're right there with you, whether you're back to school.
Hold on one second. What?
We're keeping you safe. Every
Oh no. No, go back. Oh my God. Here we go, people. Oh no. Oh, where is my reception? Oh, well, anyway, I'll pull it up on another screen. So, hold on one second, guys. Let me go ahead and share this. Oh, I was still sharing. So why are you voting? It's okay to let somebody know why you voting. Like, for the love of God, it's your decision. But where is... No. Where is my coverage? Oh, really? Yeah. I done lost my spot. All right, let's see if we can get it back on. So yeah, are you for the elephants? Are you for the donkeys? Are you for the red or are you for the blue? Okay, so why? Why isn't it coming back on? All right, so So you guys have the link to the Electoral College there. Let me see if I can. There you go. So that's the first link I put in the description for you. This right here is the Electoral College, and it's pretty much showing you the number of electors, procedure, backgrounds, history. A couple of months ago, I did a video for you guys, and basically, hold on one second. Basically, I told you guys about how the popular vote has really nothing to do with your voice or vote even mattering, because per the several votes given out per to that state based on the size and stuff like that, and they cast the vote, and their vote, that's why you hear them say, You can turn red state to blue state. Whoever get that state, not the people vote in the state, but those particular votes that's set aside for that particular state. I think you have to have 270 or something like that. I believe I did a video on it a couple of months ago leading into this whole season, because sometimes you have to prepare yourself before the day of or the day before, you know. If people would have invested a little time over the summer while COVID was down to research these things, consult with their ancestors, consult with God, who your ancestors do have to answer to a God. So, I don't cut myself short when it comes to a relationship. If my ancestors had a relationship with God, Christ had a relationship with God, and he said, greater works can you do than me, than him. So I look to have a greater relationship with God, just like Christ and just like my ancestors, but they are not my God. They're my foundational belief system. There are people that I can follow their way because their way led to God. Their message from God led them to God. So why wouldn't it lead me? Why would it lead me to vote for some people in America that don't even really care if I'm a citizen in America with equality? Oh, I'm a citizen. Sometimes we're like third-class citizens, right? Right here in America. They're trying to bait the race with Latinos who are of the 12 tribes of Israel, whether they want to believe it or not, because of their predominantly lighter skin complexion, causing colorism within our community still, against Black people. How voting affects the Latino community, and how it does how does it affect us? Latinos are fighting, or should be fighting, just as hard as we are. We should be fighting just as hard to get away from what hurts us than fighting to be a part of a system that they built that they're not ever going to let you change or destroy. They're just not going to do that. So I don't know, guys, what it is, but you guys have to make a decision, you know? You guys have to say to yourself, is it worth it? Now, how in the heck all right. Oh my God, I changed the channel, y'all. And I can't get it back. I got my Fire Stick. Anyway. I can get us some coverage, hopefully, from here, okay? I'm going to drop my link in a moment. All right, so let me see if I can get this on. And while we're doing that, so I showed you some people on YouTube and on social media that's basically, well, I showed you one person. They're saying go out and vote, and they're backing it up by showing you the receipts that they voted. If you know anyone telling you to go vote, tell them to produce their receipt that they voted, because there's a lot of gaslighting and narcissism in the Black community that they'll be yelling, go vote, 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 but they don't even leave their house today to cast their vote. And remember, I told you in the video prior to this, do I have to look up? Prior to this, that God says, cast not your pearls upon the swine, right? And that's what a lot of people are still doing when they go out and cast their vote. So I'm just asking you to be very, 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 very careful, okay? Be very careful. So, let me see. I showed you this right here has a lot to do with it. 50 years later, right? How taking prayer out of the public sector, how taking prayer out of school has really changed America. And America will forever change to keep your voice silent. And because your voice is more spiritual, your voice is more of God. And if they don't want you to bring God to the table, if they don't want you to bring God to the forefront, how are you ever going to beat America at its game? America's whole intention was to destroy God's people, and you keep going out to vote for it. So let me see if I can go any further with this. I have some things that I just want to show you going on around social media. I mean, one way or the other, support. So here we go. The link is there if anybody wants to grab the link. Let me see if I can share it to Facebook. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to stop sharing it. Okay. Go here. Let me see what's on your minds. Hold on 1 second, guys. On StreamYard, right? Cardi B says politics. Let's talk some politics. Click the link. All right, so bear with me. Let me copy, paste. Okay. Post. Oh, my first time doing it, guys. Yay! All right, let me see while I'm over here on Facebook. Today is election day. Find where to vote in your state. Guys, there are places where you can go to vote if you still vote. Nobody's telling you not to vote. I'm just telling you why overall Black people should reconsider whatever it is they got going on over here in America, especially if it hasn't worked for you in such a pretty long time, right? Okay, so let me see. What else was I going to do? I can go ahead and close out of that. All right, I can click on that, close out of Facebook. Let me see here. Bear with me, guys, 1 second. Okay, so far I haven't won any subscribers off of this stream. Again, politics and religion is some things I feel that, bear with me, that Black people, for whatever reason, they don't necessarily talk about. Now, Lord have mercy, can I please get this to work. What is going on? Okay, so bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get the TV back up and running. Alright, so bear with me. Oh, there we go. I got it, y'all. Alright, let me just get this right here. I got it, y'all. I got it. Aren't you going to change the... Oh, no. Oh, we don't want that. Oh, my God. Where is it? Go down. All right. That's what we want. Bear with me, guys. Why is it? I just had it, so why? Oh my God, how do I get my TV? Yeah, I'm really serious. I'm trying to get my TV back on video 6. All right, so I see video 1. Where is 6? Oh no, it went off again. Anyway, guys, give me a moment. Let me play some music. You guys can click the link if you want. It's all good, man. Like I said, one way or the other, with the help of the Most High God and true supporters, I'll get there one day. Okay, I can go relaxer. There you go. All right, now how are we gonna do this? Oh my God, we on somewhere, y'all. We got it. Yes. We got it, y'all. I'm so excited. Oh, please. Yes, we are back. Are you kidding me? Where is the sound? Oh my God. So now there's no sound. I am just a hot mess today, but it's all right. Why isn't there no sound? Oh. This thing playing tricks on me. Come on, get to 6, please, by the time the music go off. Come on. With sound.
Disinformation experts ask what happens if the results tonight are in some sort of question. What kind of disinformation will go out at that point? But right now, things are going pretty well, all told, John.
Any other Tuesday. My goodness. Thank you, Jake. That's NBC Tech correspondent Jake Ward. Control of the Senate is at stake today. We'll show you the races to watch next.
Good morning.
We're keeping you safe.
All right, guys, we're watching NBC, the coverage of the 2020 election.
Today, we're glad to have you with us.
This fall, we're right there with you, whether you're back to school or back to work. We're keeping you safe.
If you would like to click the link, by all means, please.
Police murder of unarmed black men has been an American way of death across centuries. After seeing the most comprehensive police reform bill ever introduced in Congress, I've begun to wonder if now is the time. If now is the time the protesters finally win.
The Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell, weeknights at 10 on MSNBC.
You ready to go to work?
I'm so ready to go to work.
She's Joe Biden's choice to be next in line. But who is Kamala Harris? Join me, Joy Reid, as I explore her life's journey from Oakland to Washington on my 6-part podcast, Kamala, Next in Line. New episodes every Monday. Subscribe for free wherever you get
All right, why are you voting and
who pulled together when their boss needed
for
to
who?
battling coronavirus. You're not just any patient. You're their friend.
These folks saved my life. Thank God that there are people who want to run towards a pandemic as opposed to running away from a pandemic.
Introducing the MSNBC Daily, featuring written perspectives by experts you know and trust for a better understanding of the stories that matter most. Check out the MSNBC Daily today at msnbc.com.
All right, so there we go.
You're watching NBC News Now. We've got some breaking news.
Are people there concerned about what impact this could have on the election?
It's news made for your streaming world.
Hey, everybody. We have the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come in and click that link, you can click the link to come on StreamYard and let us know why you're voting, who you're voting for. Is it a family value? Is it like family tradition? So let us know, okay? Thank you so much for tuning into my show. I appreciate you. I'll give it, it's been almost an hour. We'll go ahead and shut this one down and start up another one, okay? Maybe you guys are afraid of the titles. Maybe you guys don't like me. Maybe YouTube's not pushing through my video. But you guys are more than welcome to come over. Click the link and give me that experience you give any other content creator you may like or care for. So with that being said, behind me we have coverage of the 2020 election.
Could shift tonight. Right now,
so in this edition, please let me know who you are talking about voting for.
Very closely tonight.
So this is the Senate race to watch.
She's outside a polling place.
Montana has 504. Well, you can see it rolling across the screen there.
Alabama is considered a vulnerable Democrat who's up for re-election today. What's the Democratic strategy for offsetting that loss if indeed they do lose it?
So have you went out to vote yet? Show me your sticker. You can take a picture. I don't have a community tab right now, but you could send me the link to your video or something showing me, or you can let me know what channel you are. If it's on your community board, I can go over and show that to the people as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead.
In order to send him back to the Senate, especially with so much anger about President Trump. this year.
I want to go ahead and show you some
especially
other
with
things
Senator Gardner
going
running
on
against John
here.
Hickenlooper, who's the former mayor of Denver, former governor of Colorado, and President Trump has lost some support in Colorado over the last few years. What about where Democrats see opportunities, particularly in North Carolina?
Yeah, there's a lot.
All right, so I'm going to read this to you.
Republicans are running to save their seats. They're already elected. They're incumbents. North Carolina
You can still hear that going on. So 50 years ago, this is about in 1962-ish, 50 some odd years ago, they pretty much took God out of the public school sectors. And I told you since then, America's been going to hell in a handbasket. Godspeed, right? Well, here's a little article.
Cal Cunningham has maintained his lead there, and sources in North Carolina are telling me that he is very likely to pull out a win there.
Here's a little article you guys can check out. School prayer ruling changed America. I showed it earlier in this video, the whole title of it. It said 50 years ago, school prayer ruling changed America. There was a ruling where the government felt it was okay to take God out of the public sector. And this is the same government you're going to vote for today. So let's read. 50 years ago this week on June 25th, 1962, the United States Supreme Court declared school-sponsored prayers unconstitutional in the landmark case of Eagle versus Vitale. Eagle versus Vitale. You see that, guys?
Lawyers have filed an array of
public outrage was immediate and widespread. For millions of Americans, the court had kicked God out of the schools. Can you imagine God being kicked out of anywhere, y'all? It just doesn't seem right to me, right? It's crazy, right? Yeah, I know I'm missing my microphone, y'all. Bear with me.
And our correspondents are stationed across America where folks are headed to the polls and where we are going to start
it's only for a look, but I wanted to look
tonight.
professional,
Wherever
okay?
you are across America, do take us with you.
One day it will be professional.
Our YouTube channel or online at NBC.
You got to fake it till you make it for the good
Let's start off with the economy.
of God, right?
Rose right out of the gate today on
And not for the worse.
It's been very volatile.
So let me see if I can get this situated here.
Rally that's been running for a few days. NBC senior business correspondent Stephanie Rule joins us to start us off.
Voila.
As we mentioned, stocks have surged.
And here is the microphone. Yes. Now it seems like
today's trading so far.
something is going on, right?
Of an economic relief package that might
And now it looks like something is going on, right?
Investors have been very worried about the actual election process and any disruption to that. And you were just talking about it with Jacob.
So basically, the article goes on to say that God was kicked out of the schools, out of the public sectors, to use a phrase that was entered the culture war lexicon. The culture war lexicon is religion and politics. And many people going out to vote avoid religion and politics, but then feel the need to go out and vote when the elections come around. But this isn't their take on life until the elections come. Most people don't give a damn about religion or politics till either somebody gets sick or death come in their family, and then for other people with politics until they out here trying to prove a point, allowing their voices to be heard. But if you're going to lead by example. And all I ask you to do is just post that you are going out to vote with your receipt that you went to vote. So it goes on to say 5 decades later, Angle continues to be reviled by a good number of televangelists and politicians who take every opportunity to rail against the godless public schools. South Carolina, Ralph, what was his name? Dylan Roof.
the economy is playing in terms of voters.
Parkland school shootings.
We know that in the polls, even in polls,
Columbine, Sandy Hook,
Trump on certain issues,
the schools in the inner city in New York City, I would imagine, and in your city, children are getting killed.
President Trump in terms of voter preference.
Eliminating school-sponsored prayer, they argued, set America on the road to moral and spiritual ruin. What do you think about that, guys? It's right there on the bottom. Can you see it right there?
So that's helped Joe Biden. But I want you to think about this for a moment, especially
there you go.
To Wall Street. I'm not saying it's a done deal by a long shot.
That's crazy, right?
Elizabeth Warren's name has been repeatedly.
All right, so we're going to go ahead.
Do you realize that the sound of her voice, the sound of her name, sends Wall Street traders?
Now, Wendy Williams. Wendy wants to know, guys. All right, so basically, Wendy wants to know.
It's that bad with Elizabeth Warren.
Hot question. Do celebrity endorsement impact your vote? Question by Wendy Williams here. Do celebrity endorsement persuade your vote? Impact which way you vote? Left or right? Donkey or elephant? Red or blue? Which gang, what set do you represent? Okay. And the reason why I asked that is because shout out to Michelle ATL and Brown. Hi sis, how are you? I was able to see that Beyonce endorsed Biden.
I think Stephanie
and if you go check out Mob Radio, she had did a video the other day where she had a list. Shout out to Milagros Grams. How you doing, sis? She had a list of people that pretty much was waiting to see on this list if other people were going to represent Biden or Trump. And Jay-Z was basically pending, depending on who else vote and which way they vote. So these celebrities are all in cahoots. It's a money thing. It's a money grab. It's an influential thing. But it's not always a smart thing for these people out here that will go support anything to do with white supremacy, right? Anything to do with
on a number of cases leading up to today, mostly focused on
Trump or Biden
starting today,
and their ancestors who've been against black people since we've been in America. So I wanted to show you guys that, okay? Let me remember to empty these things out my phone as we go along. So Wendy wants to know, how question, do celebrity endorsements impact your vote? Cardi B, Joe Biden, he reached down to Cardi B. Do you think her endorsement of Joe Biden persuaded you to go vote for Biden? Is basically what Wendy's asking. So then last night I was able to actually watch Fly Nubian Queen TV.com. Shout out to you, Sister Vicky Dilla X. Great live last night. And she was basically making a point how Obama brags about a 3-pointer campaign for Jim Crow Joe Biden. That's what she called him over there. I try to stay away from calling people names. Sometimes you just can't help it, right? So basically the video was about how Obama had did a 3-pointer shot. And he said, this is what I do, walking out the gym, and right behind him was Joe Biden masked up, right? Baby, let me tell you, the antics. Excuse me. Hold on one second. The antics are crazy, right? That they will go through. That's another thing. How can you vote for people who are acting like a-holes out here, wanting to sit in the highest seat in the land? That doesn't make sense to me, guys, right?
If it's within what the lawyers call the margin of litigation, fighting every ballot where it might make a difference.
All right, so y'all can see the TV still behind me. Vicky wants to let you guys know that Obama brags about a 3-pointer campaigning for Jim Joe Biden. Now, to some people in this world, black and white, sports is the only thing in hard labor work that the elitists and white supremacy want from us in this world, from black people in certain races, the 12 tribes of Israel. They know who we are, right? And they will use other people like Obama to equate us to just being good enough to be on the basketball court. We're good enough to make you millions and billions of dollars in sports, but yet we're not good enough to even have a ballot or a campaign. You have the DNC, you have the RNC. Black people are introducing the Black Democratic National Committee, the BNC. There should be different committees in this world to have a choice to vote for, not just Democrat and Republican. There should be some other choices, not just conservative and liberal, because at the end of the day, they're still down with the split and divide as well, right? And they always want to equate black people to only being good enough to make the money in the arenas of sports that they own, but we're not good enough to be black people and treated like black people, and don't have to go around all this world in America campaigning for black agendas when black people know what's good for us. So in other news, and then we're going to get back to the electoral coverage. Actually, let me let it play.
Is this year unusual in terms of the...
All right, so Delilah Bell, guys, she is amazing with online work from home. If you guys are looking for online work from home, please, please, please check out Lovely LaShawn. But also check out Delilah. She is amazing at what she do as well, okay? She's on here helping you people get jobs if you need it, especially during the pandemic, especially with the second wave of it coming back around, right? So, in news you all like to use, basically, I'm gonna let it go to an hour and 30 minutes. Basically, if you haven't been following Tasha K, Sean Wavy Davies, Sweet Mouth for Life, The Wiley Show, and now we have a young man. Oh, Nosy Whole Life. Now we have a young man entering the ring with all of this going on, named Blazin'. And basically, I saw a report the other day. Let me go ahead and show you that for us. I saw this a day or so ago. Sean Davy Wavy had basically posted, so Wiley is conspiring with Tasha K to sabotage Sean Davy Way. Should I go live now? So basically, Wiley and Tasha K is hooking up there. Let me get this off of here. Boom, boom. Basically, Wiley and Tasha K is hooking up here. You can see the video. And I remember Tasha K was on Wiley's platform the other day asking him to be her mentee, right? So now we have a dude named Blazin'. Y'all can see what the title say, right? Wiley Show helping Tasha K to flag Sean Davy Way. Sweet Ma, calm down, sis. Blazin' and entered the scene. Now maybe he's taking up for Tasha K against Sweet Mom, but yet trying to defend Davy's Way, Sean Davy Way against Tasha K, or just letting you guys know that Wiley is helping Sean Davy Way. Tasha K flagged Sean Davy Way. Guys, like I said, it's Sweet Ma, it's Nosy Ho Live, it's Tasha K, it's a whole lot of stuff out about Tasha K. And basically,
especially those who watch football.
It's a lot out about Tasha K. There was a video I saw last night that said allegedly her husband, this allegedly Tasha K, because I was watching your live when you said who said it, what's the channel, give me the link, and somebody was in your chat, and I got the screen recordings of some of it, but I'm not here, like I said, to bash anybody. I just have receipts if you want to see them. But allegedly, Tasha K, somebody was in her chat telling her that there's a channel up putting out information about her husband allegedly raping someone, and cheating on her with Nicole, one of the helps over there at the Winos camp. And it was crazy. So I'm not going to go too deep in that, but I just want you to know that Blazin inserted himself. Wiley maybe being used as a pawn or actually going along with it because Wiley loved Tasha K like I do. But it is what it is, y'all. We're just commentating and giving you the alleged facts that we have, right? So now Blazin has inserted himself, but not before Sweet Mouth for Life was triggered on the way Tasha K treated Jaguar right, which I'm going to do my video and stuff. We'll talk about that in another segment. But, and she got triggered. She re-uploaded her narcissist video she did about 2 years ago on Tasha K within like a year ago or so. I believe it was 2 years ago. Because back in 2018, when Tasha K introduced YouTube to Star Marie with that interview she had, all hell broke loose. Sweet Ma went after Tasha K some more. Tasha K was at Sweet Ma. Lioness of Judah got involved. The woman got doxxed. There was a old boyfriend being interviewed by 7 Stars. So it was kind of crazy back then. And Sweet Ma, I was watching you the other day. You said you since been triggered and you're about to do another documentary and all this other stuff, right? So it is what it is, y'all. All right, so in other news, there was some things going on surrounding Miss Pizarro CT here on YouTube. And if you guys don't know Miss Pizarro, go follow her. She is another content creator. Conspiracy theories is her niche, but she also has a campaign letting people know that she doesn't vote, okay, and letting people know why they shouldn't vote, okay. So if you're into content like that, please go check out Miss Pizarro. And if you're not, I believe Miss Cruiser is a voter and encouraging people to vote, and she's Miss Cruiser, Cruser. They were all over on Bless Watkins' platform today. You can go check that video out. Subscribe to everybody. Get your two different opinions on why you should vote, why you shouldn't vote, and go from there, okay? But like myself, there's other people out here that's pushing the agenda why you shouldn't vote. All right, so we got about 15 minutes. I'll do some more of these. All right, let me see. All right, so I have some screenshots from that live stream and the conversation that pretty much went on, but I'm going to make that a separate video and just give commentary on it and show both sides to voting and not voting to help people kind of understand that it's not mandatory. It's a right, diligent thing to do dutiful thing to do if that's what you want to do. But everybody don't have to go out and support white supremacy. The very people that destroyed you in America want you to go out and vote for them. And I think that's crazy. So should I be looking up? All right, let me see if I can lift my chair up some. No, it's not doing it. I want to look you in your face. So again, I showed you Official D Spot. He got his sticker here on YouTube, the Official D Spot. He does mukbangs. He has an awesome show, great editing skills, and he's in it to be a content creator and just not somebody that just get on YouTube with nothing to offer. He's all about if it's content, you could use it. So I posted on his video, on his picture earlier. I was like, dude, I don't know you, but I respect the fact that you're out here telling people to vote and you're also showing them that you did it. That means a lot to me. A lot of people in our community go vote, go vote, go vote, but they don't vote. It just be all talk, right? So I put on his post, I'm waiting to see other people who've been out here telling people to vote like yourself show up and do the same thing you did by showing your sticker and your receipt that you voted. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get that out my phone. Now, in other news, Larry Reed, honey. Larry freaking Reed. All right. So Larry Reed, Dr. Larry Reed, Pastor Larry Reed over there, he wants to know, people, he said, it is officially election day. Who do you think will win? What are the thoughts you're having? He wants to know down below. Like, I can agree with him. It's officially election day, November 3rd. 2020. It's a Tuesday. And why does the election always fall on a Tuesday? Can anybody answer that down below? Also, I can agree with who do you think will win? Who do you think will win? I know a real king. I know a real commander-in-chief is not winning here today. Not the way they treat each other and not the way they've been treating you as people. I know they are not going to win. Okay. All right. They ain't going to do it. Shout out to Rita, the baddest roaster, honey. We've been saying okay and all right all our lives, but baby, the way you say okay, right, all right, you girl, you got it down, honey. I may have to get a sound bite here or there, and edit it in because you be rocking that. Okay. Anyway, who do you think will win out of these two? And for those of you who don't know, Rita, the baddest roaster, I don't know if I have it here, but she has a app or something called Bigo, Bigo, Bigo. You download it in the Play Store. You earn points. You play games. You go live over there. She put a post on her community wall. Comedy Taylor Comedy Factory. 5-star general she is. It'll come up as 5-star general. And you can go over and support her on Bigo as well. All right. And the reason why I say this is how her channel look right here. You could get the information you need. But again, you don't want to put in 5-star general. You want to put in Taylor Comedy Factory to get Rita, the baddest roaster. So now on this third part here, what are the thoughts you having? Black people don't think about Trump and Biden the way they're supposed to. So who are you voting for in this 2020 presidential election? Why are you voting and who are you voting for, right? So out of these two, which one would your ancestors choose? Out of these two right here, Which one would your ancestors choose, right? Which one, huh? Which one would your ancestors choose? All right, so, guys, if you don't know this young lady, she is a celebrity stylist. She has a portfolio over on IG. She stays booked. But I thought this was so cute. Demi Did It is her name. And she was asking us to guess who she is for Halloween. And everybody said Tuesday or Wednesday of the Addams family. Which one is it? Is it Tuesday Addams or Wednesday Addams? We know the dude is Pugsley, right? I believe. But Demi Did It. She'll slay your hair, do it. And she also dressed up every Halloween. And this particular Halloween, she was a cat. Previously, she put on her community wall where she did Little Kim. So if you want to follow Demi Did It and her mother Tracy D on YouTube, this is where you can find them at Demi Did It, okay? And please rate her costume while you're over there. Thank you. All right, so we got about 5 more minutes. In other news, you can use Sir King. Sir King, on the other hand, about a day ago was telling someone to please stop telling me how to run my channel. You will never tell another content creator how to run their platform and think you can disrespect them in the process. TF. So this is Sir King. This is his avatar. Yo, his channel, his show on YouTube have grown exponentially. People love him because of who he is. He has something new. Not a lot of people like him. Not a lot of people like him, but he is a content creator to be reckoned with, okay? So again, Sir King, and he's pointing out the fact that people cannot run other people's platform, and I agree with him there. I don't know what that all is about, who he's talking to, what shade or subliminal messages he's passing on, but it's true. We all have to be in control of our own platform. LexMax TV, young lady at a new. Did I just say young lady? Young lady out of New Orleans, I believe. LexMax TV. She is well known over here on the YouTube street for putting out missing children, missing people, missing black people, missing people, period. But she's always posting on her community wall someone who's missing. And if you have a spouse, friend, family, or anybody missing, by all means, please go over to LexMax page right here. Right there, LexMax TV on YouTube. And you can subscribe to her channel, hit her notification bell, and keep track of when she uploads missing people information, okay? All right, so on and on and on. Here we go. We're about to get back into the coverage here.
You're their friend. These folks saved my life. Thank God that
We're going to end in a little while. My sis Oh No over on YouTube. Now, Oh No wants you to know that Pop-Up News is back, okay? Her editing skills is on point. Very nice woman, very pretty girl. Straightforward, to the point. And this is her channel here. Oh No. Can you see Oh No right there? And then she's letting you know that the Pop-Up News is back. The Pop-Up News will be every morning around 8 o'clock, I do believe. And you can get the pop-up news over on Ono's channel. Now, the last story we're going to cover here is Jeannie Mai and freaking Jeezy. So, my sources tell me that Jeannie Mai is recovering from surgery. And we all know that Cardi B just came out with a song named WAP, right? And she was encouraging everybody on this song to have their man try to tickle the epiglottis, the tonsil area in her throat and beyond with their male parts, right? Some people saying, oh, Jeannie Mai and Jeezy may have been too aggressive in their sexual nature, and it possibly she erupted something deep down in the back of her throat as far as the epiglottis, because there's some reports out that something in her throat is affected, something in her throat ruptured, swollen, needed attention, needed surgery, and by the grace of God, she survived it, people. So hopefully Miss Jeannie Mai will take into consideration how far she let Jeezy go from now on. If that's the case, allegedly. I don't know her to be a singer. I don't know her to be a mukbanger. I don't know her to be one who's in the circus putting swords down their throat and probably accidentally injured herself. No, we know she is a thotty woman for black men and probably was in that bedroom giving it up like no other and injured herself. So ladies, gentlemen, be careful out there. Whatever you do today, November 3rd, 2020, because it's crazy. There's a lot of weird things happening in this world. And all I ask you to do is pay attention in these last days to the signs of the times and to those things that's going on around you. So before I let you go, the Shade Room prayers up for Jeannie Mai, hospitalized and forced to leave Dancing with the Stars. And you guys can look this article up on your own. But there is some reports out there, like I said, that this may have been a sexual act gone too deep or too wrong, too far. Might have went to a place where no man has gone before. I'm not sure, okay? And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and listen to a little bit more of this coverage.
Civil unrest from this election. There are lots of retail districts in major cities that are boarded up. 30 Rock is boarded up outside.
And I'll see you on the next video upload and or live. Thank you.
It's huge. It's huge because it says a lot of things about America. The people who are involved in a lot of those demonstrations that unfortunately went very violent feel like they've been discarded in America, they've been overlooked, and they want their voice to be heard. At the same time, on the other side of that equation, there are those, including the president, who says law and order. We're going to bring this under control. We'll have a police state if necessary. So we have a real conflict going on here, and neither side really has the ultimate answer or the ultimate truth.
Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you and have a great day.
Left,
Shalom.
Right, in the middle, how we can work together in some fashion. We're always